Girl, I know you're not leaving the house in a bonnet. Do you even want to get treated with respect? Now let's try that again. Thank you, much better. Girl, what are you doing? You're embarrassing yourself. Now change your shoes and let's try that again. Girl, you got it. Look at you. Much better. Now, there's nothing pleasant about body odor. As a lady, your scent is your most memorable trait, so value it. Much better. A lady never sleeps in her clothes. It's tacky and you're taking your whole day to bed with you. Let's try that again. Yes, there you go. That looks so much better. Excuse me? Thank you, much better. Traits of a Classy Millennial, Part 2. Ladies, so the next trait of a classy millennial is they do not curse. Now, cursing can be a huge turnoff in many situations. If you're meeting someone for the first time, if you're dating, I know lots of guys don't like girls who curse. If you have a potty mouth, it can become a habit. So no matter who you are around, if you are someone who curses, people may not want you around their children. People may not invite you to certain events because it's just not classy. Period. Cursing is not classy. There are other ways to express yourself other than profanity. But yeah, it's not cute. Especially like I've seen so many pretty girls, but then they start cussing and really it's just like, it's not a mature way to communicate personally. It can really damage your perception, damage your reputation, the way that someone sees you, the way that someone views you. We are all a role model to someone. Oftentimes people look up to us that we may not even know look up to us. You want to conduct yourself in the most professional, presentable way possible. Cursing is just, it's not attractive, it's not cute, it's not classy, and it's not a good representation of a lady. The next trait of a classy millennial is mannerism. So mannerism is huge, and as you grow older, you start to realize everybody does not have manners. Everybody's not raised the same way, and that's fine. But as you get older, that excuse kind of goes out the window of not being raised the same because you've had enough encounter with people. You've been to school where you are taught, saying please, saying thank you, saying excuse me. It's presented to you one way or another. So as a classy lady, you always want to make sure that you are saying thank you, that you're saying please. Simple stuff, it really makes a big difference because people notice those little things. I mean, I'm sure you can remember a time where you noticed maybe you did a deed for someone and they said thank you. Or have you ever held the door open for somebody and they don't say thank you? It's just kind of like who raised you? In classy, the key word of that is class. Everyone knows that there's social classes. There's the rich, there's the poor, and then there's the middle class. It's all about class. So if you carry yourself as a dignified person with class, you'll be treated with the uttermost respect. Does that make sense? I hope it is. Okay, so the next trait of a classy millennial is being emotionally mature. Now, what does that mean to be emotionally mature? Basically, that you know how to control your emotions. You are not going to react based off of how you feel, but you're always going to choose to do the responsible and the respectful route over reacting out of your emotions, maybe saying something, maybe cursing, maybe damaging your character because, again, you're acting out of emotion instead of on your own moral. That is very important because oftentimes in life, you get tried, especially as a classy lady, when you are around other women who may not be classy, who may have a different upbringing and may do some of these things that I said classy women do not do, they will try to test you because they may see you as maybe a threat, or see you as, oh, she thinks she's better than us. She's trying to live a lifestyle that doesn't match her caliber. You know what I'm saying? So people will try you. People will try to bring you out of character, and you never want to be caught off guard. I mean, hey, we're human. Sometimes, you know, we all have different triggers. So the wrong thing may just cause us to react the wrong way, but you want to master your emotion, how you react to things when you're upset, when you're sad, when you're frustrated, when you're irritated. A classy and emotionally mature person, not even just a lady, knows when to walk away. They know how to choose their battles. They know what things to give energy to and what things to not give energy to, because I'm telling you, when people test you, you need to know oftentimes people are going to be coming from somewhere that's lower than you, and you do not need to stoop to their level in order to feel like you're doing the right thing. There's ways to stand up for yourself and to still make an impact without compromising your character. Okay, ladies, and last and certainly not least is not to show too much skin. Now this one is probably one of the biggest ones, especially pertaining to this generation, the millennial generation, because it's just so much more common now. Like, I literally go on my Instagram feed, girls be posting pictures in the shower, you know, barely covering themselves. It's a shame that Instagram had to make it against the guidelines for people to post their nipples, which I know, you know, sometimes with breastfeeding, you know, in some situations it's appropriate. But it's gotten to the point to where people are exploiting themselves so much that social media has to put guidelines in place. It's really ridiculous. As a classy woman, you want to make sure that you stay covered. Yes, you can hint because you're a lady, and there's nothing wrong with sometimes, you know, wanting to wear a tight dress and, you know, show off your shape. But you don't want to bear it all. Something I always think to myself is when I see women who expose themselves on Instagram, you know, has their whole body on there, their butt, their boobs, you know, just exploiting themselves on, what do you have to offer to your husband? What special privileges is your husband going to get when everybody has access to your body? When I could pull up your whole blueprint of your body and I know every part, what everything looks like. I could pull it up in 5 seconds. I don't even have to know you or speak to you to know what your body looks like. If you don't want your significant other's family to see your social media, that is definitely a problem. You never want to show too much. Like a rule for myself, I mean, I don't like wearing short dresses. I love to wear dresses that are below the knee, just because one, it looks very classy, and two, I have very big thighs. So if I wear things that are above my knees, it rises, and I'm constantly having to pull it down. Especially if you're more of a built person, if your stuff rises, unfortunately, there's like just a stigma that girls who are thick, you're automatically sexualized. And I've been sexualized since I was a little kid, so I always have to be cognizant of what I wore so that I don't get treated a certain way, or so that people don't make these assumptions about me. But a rule that I always have for myself was, if I'm going to show, you know, a little bit on the top, then I'm going to be completely covered on the bottom. Or if I want to wear a dress that's a little shorter, maybe at the knee or above the knee, I'm going to cover the top, you know. So you always just want to give a little hint, you know, of sexiness if that's what you're going for. And if you want to show your figure, I don't think there's anything wrong with wearing things that are tight. I mean, personally, I'm guilty. I love wearing tight things. You know, if you're showing the top and you're showing the bottom, it's kind of like, okay, how are you trying to be perceived? People, again, people are going to treat you based off of how you put yourself out there. So if you're dressing, showing, exposing all of that, people may not want you around their man, around their sons, around their children. Ultimately, for myself, I know when I do get married, I want my husband to feel like, you know, he has a gem, like he's won just the golden medal. Like there's only one diamond in this world and he has it. And I want him to feel special and him to have access to something that nobody else has access to. And when you are exploiting all of your jewels out there because your body is precious, then it's just kind of like, what significance does your husband have? That's just a way that I like to look at it. If you haven't, then hopefully that makes sense to you, and you can learn to view yourself that way as well. But yes, ladies, that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to like it, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think about these tips. Let me know what things you guys do as classy women yourself. Feel free to subscribe to this video, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye.